Sunshine's Corner, being brought to you by Quint and Richie Studer. And a very pleasant good morning to you, ladies and gentlemen. It is a beautiful Tuesday. And you know what? This is Black History Month. And every day we are going to talk about something special, somebody special within Black History Month. And today we're talking about the general. Can you believe that? From Pensacola, Florida. We're talking about General Chappie James from Pensacola. I think that is something so important for us to keep in mind that we've got Black History here. As we celebrate Black History Month, we're going to recognize and focus on those who put a part in Black history. And with the General Chappie James, there's a museum here. And of course, now he's got a great big gala that's coming up. And we've got from the museum today, Jacqueline. Hey, Jacqueline.
Hi.
She said, hi. Look, she said, don't talk too much about him, all right? No, but she's doing well. I want you to, look, we're going to talk about Chappie James, and we're going to move over and talk about the gala that's coming up on the
28th.
28th, the last day of the month.
Last Saturday of the month.
Last Saturday of the month. Wow. But you know, it'll be here before we know it.
That's true.
It is unbelievable. Like, I got to say this. If you're out there traveling this morning up and down the streets when you're going, be careful. The fog is so thick. There was 2 accidents on the freeway, so I had to find my way to get off. Mm-hmm. But be careful because, I mean, it has not lifted yet, and it's 9 o'clock, and it is so thick. Be careful out there, okay? If you got to slow it down, you may run a few minutes late, but that's okay. You'll still get there. But slow it down. Now, as we run now, we're going to talk with Jacqueline about, well, number one, how does it feel to work at the museum?
It is very good to work at the museum. I'm learning a lot more about Pensacola history, even though I am a native.
Okay, that was my next question.
Yes, I am a native of Pensacola, so just being out in the community and learning about the journey that Chappie James had in his lifetime. It's awesome.
Do you get a lot of questions and people talk about the bridge now named after him?
I do not get a lot of
really?
questions.
I'm so glad. I want people, you know, people used to saying the 3 Mile Bridge, right? I don't.
Right.
That's Chappie James Bridge.
That's Chappie James Bridge. We definitely need to change the name of that.
We got to focus that and keep talking about that. Talk about that. That's the Chappie James Bridge, okay? Ladies and gentlemen, you got to walk it with us.
Right.
Have you ever walked it?
I have not walked it.
We have.
Oh, really?
Several times.
Okay.
And it's so, got caught in the rain a couple times.
Mm-hmm. That's okay.
But check this out. When you get halfway, nowhere to go.
You know, you got to keep going forward.
You got to keep going unless you go jump in there and swim. But look, when we talk about the museum and the fact that it's there, how long have you been working there?
I've been there a few months now.
Okay,
so
you like it?
4 months. I love it.
Tell me the most, what do you feel when you walk in, just from you? Just not just talking about Chappie James, I mean, but the history behind this general, a black general.
A black general.
Right here in Pensacola.
Mm-hmm. It's amazing to go in and see all of the things that he has done and all of the awards that he has, you know, accumulated over his lifetime.
Oh, really?
It's a very great experience.
Okay. When you read about it, you know, in the history books and you think about that, now that you're a part of that staff there, I can't remember his name, but I had him on the show, Captain, oh God, I can't think his name. I had it on this other thing, but but anyway, he talked about so many things that happen with the museum and how so many things that are going on with the general. And with you being there, with all the programs, talk about some of the programs that's offered there, like with the children.
With the programs that they're having with the children, we're currently coming up with a new schedule for them. You know, they do have the Flight Academy that is there. They're a little separate from the museum, but the kids do get to experience how to navigate an airplane throughout the summer.
Wow.
So through the museum, they would just pretty much get to learn the knowledge and learn a little bit more about Chappie James, his mother, the school that was there at one time.
Oh, wow. Yeah, because Mamie told me about she was a teacher. She didn't play.
Right.
She didn't play radio.
She did not play.
I mean, understandable. But when you get the kids, how many kids, I mean, does the academy hold for the kids to get into that, to go through that program in the summertime?
I'm not too sure about the Flight Academy since they're so separate from the museum.
Okay.
I'm not sure how many kids that they hold, but the museum itself can hold about 30 kids at one time.
Okay.
We split them up in groups and we just do activities that kind of teach them to look at and read the artifacts that are in the museum.
Okay, when you say they come in, Do you get schools to come in?
We do have middle schools that come in and tour. We're welcoming all schools or all ages to come out and experience the Chappie James Museum.
Okay. Well, then when you think about that, ladies and gentlemen, we talk about Chappie James. When I first moved here, and I found out that this is a general that was from here in Pensacola, and then that this mom that was the school teacher that made me thank you that she didn't play the radio.
Right.
But I understand that because of the fact of what's being taught, and look at what's going on today, how it is with the fact that with him here and a general here in Pensacola. And I know you said that when we talk about things like this, we are proudly to talk about and keep the legacy going, that a legacy right here locally. And it is one thing that I think that people should realize, that when the things that I hate to keep saying it, but it's still happening, but the things that are happening right now with us, that with the legacies that are trying to be removed. We are the teachers. We live it every day.
Yes, right.
So we got to continue to teach the children, to teach them from yesterday about tomorrow. You know what I'm saying? So they can take that legacy along with them. I was reading, it was on TikTok, when they were asking these little kids, well, who killed Dr. King? Right. I mean, but I see what they're doing. They're trying to, some of the kids are funny, but the fact of it is, if we don't teach them, who's going to teach them?
Exactly.
Nobody's going to know when it comes to that. So when I'm talking to you today, what do people often overlook about the Chappie James Museum? The things that's there that they don't even realize that's there.
The history of Pensacola is
Okay.
there. Multiple people who have rose against those barriers that were back then are also displayed there. So they will find out a lot of information about
Okay,
the
talk about some of the stuff that is displayed there, because so that we can remind people to come down there and make an appointment with you so they can come and see.
Some of the things that are out down there is the timeline from when he was in the Tuskegee, went to the Tuskegee University, his pathway through education, and also then training, right? And then training the pilots and becoming the first African-American pilot from Florida, from Pensacola.
From Pensacola. And listen at this, ladies and gentlemen. Have you ever been in I think they allow these kids with the academy, with their flight, to get inside these things to get that feeling. And that's got to be something huge.
That is very huge.
You know, to get that, because I would be like afraid. But the fact of it is they're learning something that they did not know. And I think the fact of it is that makes it so intriguing, it is that it's somebody that looks like them.
Exactly.
You know what I mean?
Exactly.
He looks like them. And some of his family history, are you up on a lot of his family history?
I am not up on a lot of his family history. I know that he was a family of 17.
How many?
Children. His mom had 17 children. So I know that he was from a large family.
I didn't know that.
Yes.
17? Oh my goodness.
That's she taught all of those kids along with the rest of the community.
17 children. Good, smoothly. That's a lot of things. I mean, when you talk about that, I mean, she had to do something.
Definitely.
17. But the fact of it is, I think that what I'm finding out, you want to talk more about this gala that's coming up.
Yes, let's talk about that gala.
Okay, then tell us what this gala is representing.
It's representing Chappie James' legacy, as well as celebrating his birthday, which is tomorrow, February the 11th.
Okay, and go on about it. I think we gave that, we're going to put the flyer up in a moment, because there it is right there. We got this gala event that's coming up on February the 28th. The door's going to open at 5 o'clock. Going to be there at Corrine Jones. How can people get their tickets?
They can get their ticket by hitting that SR code at the bottom, or they can go to Eventbrite to also purchase a ticket, or tables. They do offer tables if you have an agency or a company and you want to bring your whole company. You can sit them as well.
Oh, really? Okay, so food, everything going to be there that night?
Food is going to be there, yep. You're going to
Who's
have
catering?
Food. I'm not.
She said she don't know.
I don't know the name of their company, but I know it's through Joe Mack. I know.
Okay.
Joe
Oh,
Mack,
I just had, I hope he had my sweet potato pie.
Yeah.
Because he was talking about that earlier. But the fact of it is, ladies and gentlemen, this is something that's going on. I want to say good morning to Dr. LaSharon Wiley, because she's going to be there at that event as well. We were talking about that, and of course, we've already got our seats and we're ready for it.
That's right.
But the fact of it is, ladies and gentlemen, we're talking about Pensacola's own, the man behind the rank, the man who why we're talking about him, to back in the day when it was more difficult, but he fought a fight, because I was listening to a video on him, and I think that when he was talking about the fact about his education, you cannot take that away from a person, because that's what they have it on the inside of them. And with that, for a person that's been here in Pensacola, for our children to know that this is what happened here, we should continue to keep that legacy going every single day. And I'm sure that somebody's viewing today that probably have an experience, maybe that you know the family, that you know of his mom, that she maybe taught you too, because she taught 17 kids, but that you would like to be a part of the show today at 850-432-7768. That is the number to call if you would like to be a part, because we're talking about the legacy of the late, the great, the General, Chappie James. And his birthday's going to be tomorrow. You going to sing happy birthday to him today?
Yes, we
Did
can
she
do that.
say? Did you see her eyes? I mean, we got to think about this, the sacrifices, I mean, all the services that he did. It's more than just a gala. We got to focus on how he got to the gala, why we're doing the gala, because if he had not done what he did, there's no way possible that we will be talking about this today.
That's true.
For our legacy of him. When you're there at the museum, you there daily?
I'm there a few days out the week.
Okay, and when you're there, is there a lot of inquiries, people coming in? Are you trying to get people out there, or?
We're definitely trying to get more people to come out.
Okay, what's your
participate.
procedure that you do that?
It's a walk-in.
Okay,
It's a walk-in
I mean, like if
basis.
you want to let the community know, is there some way that you send out flyers, you send out memos on things that are going on or upcoming, that to get the people intrigued to come?
Okay, yes. When we are having events, we send out flyers. We post flyers. We post it on our social media pages when we're having events. Right now, we're just inviting and trying to get Chappie James Legacy out there. We don't get as much visitors as we would like, so we are inviting everyone to just stop by, bring your kids out to take a look and see what they can definitely become in the future.
Absolutely. And ladies and gentlemen, that's what we're doing today. It is Black History Month, and we're talking about Black history that happened right here in Pensacola. That is the General Chappie James. And of course, you know that coming up when we had the best storyteller that was on with us last week, that was Robin Richard. There are a lot of things that's going to be going on that we're going to continue to talk about Chappie James and other things that are coming up when it refers to Black History Month. We are your connection, your link to the community to keep you involved, to let you know what time it is, what things that you need to be aware of, just like with the gala that's coming up, not only just to go buy a ticket, but to find out about him. Know why you're going to the gala. Don't go to get the gala to go get something from a piece of that sweet potato pie. Know why you're going. Know what's the purpose behind Chappie James Museum. Understand why the participation is needed there so greatly. That is what you need to do. Please, go by the museum. Get the kids involved in things that they don't know. If we don't know, if we don't teach them where they're going or where they come from, how can they know where they're going, because they don't have any path to go there? I say that because this is what knowledge is. Knowledge is power. If you don't have the knowledge of something, that seems like duh. And that's just what it looks like. You get that? But when it comes to putting out information, we have to do the research on the things that we are trying to get our children to understand, get ourselves to understand. And when it comes to storytelling, that's what it's all about. He broke a lot of barriers when it came down to the military. Tuskegee University, we talked about that. And the fact that what he did back in those days, that was not just yesterday, that was a long time ago. And the barriers were even more so difficult to break down what he did in the military as a fighter pilot, as a military leader. General Chappie James faced barriers that feel, can you imagine
Unattainable.
back then what he went through
Only imagine.
to get to where we are today? That is a lot. And ladies and gentlemen, this is what we're talking about. Let's not lack out on that, because I always bring this back to your remembrance. This is the shortest month in the year, and that's the shortest month is what we have to celebrate our history. This is why it's so important to celebrate our history every single day, that we as the community got to do that, because if we don't, then we're going to be missed out on a lot. Do not allow anybody to take anything away from you that you rightfully deserve. That's rightfully yours. I mean, stand up for what's yours. I mean, do what's right for yours. I mean, don't be afraid. Don't be that quiet person to say, I'm just going to let it happen.
Right.
Make it happen. Do what you got to do. As we continue today, we're going to be talking more. We're going to invite you to call so you can put your points in about the general, for those that may have known his family, the things that you can share with us. We're going to have this as a show today to reach out to you. 850-432-7768. That is the number to call so we can get you in, so we can talk about what the legacy that he left from right here in Pensacola. His family, if there were 17, I'm sure there's got to be somebody that know more about his family. Oh my goodness, 17 children. It was only 8 in my family, and I thought that was a lot.
I thought 6 was
But we're going to do that today, and of course talk about even more. But I want to also remind everybody that we're coming up every Friday. As you know, you see this beautiful basket right here? This is from my girlfriend who made this up. She was on last week, and it's called our basket case that we have every Friday. We recognize a couple that's been married for a long time. They're going to tell us the legacy of what they've done, how it was worked out, and you can get a basket like this too. Now, if you have not gotten your basket for your loved one for the holiday that's coming up this weekend, as a matter of fact, you need to call on Basket Case right here. And, I'll give you her number in a moment. If you go to my page, Sonshine's page, you'll see all of her information there that can get you the information that's needed so that you can be ready for Valentine's. Don't just do it on the 14th. Do it every day, okay? That's what you have to do. It's Black History Month, and of course, right here on Sunshine's Corner, that's what we do. We celebrate by educating you on the things that are so needed in this community. We're talking knowledge. Knowledge is power. If you don't take the time to get the knowledge for yourself, you won't get it. And I'm sure you know that. Today we're talking about the General Chappie James, who broke down the barriers in the military to become a general, and the fact that he's from here in Pensacola. The transitions, where up next we're going to pause and talk about some of the things. We're going to take a break in just a moment. Beyond the uniform, the person, the cost, the service, and the leadership that he left for us right here on Sunshine's Corner. 850-432-7768. If you will, be a part of this conversation today, because we're talking about a man who has a legacy that's left behind right here on Sunshine's Corner.
Good day, Pensacola. Welcome to a new segment on health and wellness sponsored by Baptist Healthcare in partnership with Sunshine's Corner. Every first Wednesday of the month during Sunshine's telecast, we're going to be bringing you information about health and wellness and ways to make sure we're improving the quality of your health care here in Pensacola. After all, we want to ensure that you're going to the right place at the right time and for the right reason, and that you don't feel alone. Can't wait to see you.
At FPL, we plan for storm season all year long. We're strengthening poles to better withstand severe weather. We're clearing lines to improve resiliency, and we're constantly training teams to act at a moment's notice. Because we're always working, always preparing. So when storms do hit, you can count on us. FPL, working for you every single day.
Get a fresh cut and a fresh start at AHW Barber Academy. We focus on growth. Join us at 3822 North 9th Avenue, Pensacola, for a top-notch $6 haircut while supporting aspiring barbers. Our students learn in a real-world setting, guided by experienced professionals to become licensed barbers. Need a cut or a new career? Visit AHW Barber Academy or call 850-692-9298.
Start Mardi Gras weekend with a bang at the Mardi Gras Mambo, part of the 2026 Pensacola Mardi Gras season, presented by the Ice Flyers Foundation. It's the biggest Mardi Gras party of the year, where tradition meets turn-up, starring Waka Flocka Flame with the Yin Yang Twins and DJ Jazzy Jeff. Electrifying sets from Mr. Big and the Rhythm Sisters, the New Orleans Ramblers, and DJ Mr. Lau. Tables and party pit tickets are flying. Get yours now at PensacolaMardiGras.com.
And welcome back to the hottest spot in town. This is Sunshine's Corner. We talk with Jacqueline today in regards to the General Chappie James Museum that's right here in Pensacola. What's the address for that museum?
1606 Martin Luther King Drive.
1606 Martin Luther King Drive. Now, what you got on that paper right there you want to talk about? I see you pulled it out.
I just kept my little notes just in case.
What's your first thing on there you want to talk about?
That I wanted to talk about. I was just going to talk about a little bit about Chappie James, which we kind of already went over, about him growing up and being a native of Pensacola and how he grew up during segregation.
Okay. Well, how do you feel about that, by growing up in segregation? I mean, think about that with the things now today that's been pointed at us, trying to bring it back. Mm-hmm. How do you feel about that?
I feel
okay, you're on that younger tip that's going to be out tomorrow. I really want to hear how you feel about that.
I really feel like it shouldn't be something that's forgotten. on how hard that the African Americans or Black people had to fight to get to where they wanted to be in life.
Okay, so what do you think? Okay, now with you being tomorrow, what would you do if you had the power to do it right now to make a change?
I don't know what I would do to make a change. I just
This
want
is what I'm saying. We got to be ready for this.
We have to be ready for things like this. Be ready for the fight. To be ready to stand up for what is right.
You don't know what you would do.
I don't know
okay,
what
now
I would
we got to
do
get out
because-
tomorrow ready because look,
Right.
if we don't be here tomorrow, they're going to say, I don't know what they want to do. So we're going to be up the creek.
We will be up the creek. So it's definitely wise for us to get to know ourselves, our community, and what we could do and be self-confident in that.
And I think we got a call right here. I see somebody call. I see a red light there. Let's see right here. And good morning.
Good morning, Sonshine. How you doing?
I'm hanging in there. How about you?
I'm doing very well today. And today I put on my I Am Black History t-shirt before I went to the gym this morning. So I was already in the spirit. And then today you're talking about Black history.
Of course. I mean, we're talking about the General Chappie James, and I was asking, with a legacy like that, we're preserving the legacy of the General with the museum here. And I mean, when it comes down to the legacy that he built, what would you say to a younger person to keep that legacy alive?
Yeah, so great question, Sonshine. I think that, you know what, it's so important that we continue to reach out to our youth and talk to our youth about the legacy that our people have produced and left behind. And that they need to understand where we came from, where we're trying to get to, and where we're going.
Exactly.
And so it's always important for them to know the history, because if you don't know your history, you'll fall back into those same situations that they worked so hard to get out of. And it's important to know that, you know what, people that look like you are successful, can be successful. You just have to know you got to strive to be better for yourself.
Absolutely.
Have those, and people have to encourage other people to know that you can do some things that are greater than your circumstances, because of where you come from, how you live. We're not, everybody cannot be raised with this silver spoon in their mouth, but we understand as adults that the grass is not always green on the other side, because you won't have all this money and stuff like that. These people still have a lot of issues, and they still live just like us. They dealing with a whole lot of stuff. But the thing is, when you work hard, you can achieve whatever you want to achieve. And that's what we need to do. We have to let our kids, our children, our nieces and nephews, and the neighbor kids and the kids that's at the basketball court and stuff know that we got to study, we got to work hard, and we got to have some goals. And sometimes it should start at the home, but then sometimes it have to be that teacher that's going to give that child the tools that they need to know that, hey, you got something special.
Absolutely.
And that you can do it and you can achieve.
Absolutely.
And so that person may be the next person that's sitting with Sonshine as the next talk show host. That little black and brown kid may be the next mayor of Pensacola. We don't know where they're going to go.
Right.
But we have to be the people that's going to help strive to get them to start thinking out of the box, and that everybody don't have the skill set to be a rapper, a basketball player, but they can open up their book and learn what they need to do so they can be the next person that be the legacy for
And you know what we got to do also, Eric?
community.
We got to get that stereo thing out of our heads that you think the only thing that we can do is basketball and football or either sports or rap.
Exactly.
But what I'm saying to you, back in 1975, when he was the first four-star general, when you say a black man, that's over 51 years ago now, right?
Right.
But what does that do to you? What does that say to you as a person that over 50 years ago, there's a black man who received the four-star general back in 1975, you know how it was then because you look at today. How does that resonate with you on the inside?
I just think about all what he had to go through to continue to keep his head strong and his mind sharp to know that, you know what, he can achieve something that's beyond his vision.
Exactly.
And what he probably didn't even see. But he kept his mind, you know, sharp enough to know that I may be going through all of this craziness that's surrounding me, but you know what, I'm going to achieve this. I'm going to set a standard for myself and know that I'm going to be great. And because I have a lot of other people that's going to come behind me, and I want them to know that they can achieve it too as well.
Absolutely. And when it comes to leadership, that's what we're trying to get everybody to understand today. When it comes to leadership, you got to be strong to be that leader. You cannot allow any distraction to take you away. Even though back in 1975, I'm pretty sure that there were quite a few distractions that was there for him. However, with his leadership that he had on the inside of him that he had to do, that did not deter him. And that's what we're trying to educate our youth today with all the distractions, the things that are going on. Oh my God, when I think about even what's happening in these United States today, how the things that are happening to distract us from the thing that's really being focused on in the front of us right now. You see, because there's so many times that we can use things to take away instead of adding on, if you understand what I'm saying.
That's true. That's true. And we have to let our kids know these are just distractions. They're trying to distract us from the truth, what we're seeing, what we're hearing, and what we believe to know as fact. These are a distraction, and we cannot be distraction. We got to always keep God first and foremost in our life, and then we know that we're already going to be on solid ground just having Him in our life.
Most
and then that's going to lead us into a lot of great direction. And they need to know, too, it's not going to always be easy. For him to make it to where he made it at, he had to go through some things.
Oh, but of course.
He had to go through a lot to get to where he is. But he still strong in the end because he never gave up.
I agree. Now, when it comes to that, we're talking with Jacqueline today, and I want to get her input on this. When it comes to the distractions that are going on today in the world, how is it that we keep that focus so that we know that what's trying to be, I think like this, nobody would bother anything if it didn't have a strong meaning. Nobody would go after anything if it didn't have something powerful behind it. If it was nothing, you'd leave it alone. So it's got to be something there. How do you feel about that? Jackie. I'm talking to Jackie. Hold on a minute, Eric.
Okay.
I feel strongly about that. You know, we do have to stay focused. Focus on what we believe in and what is right. Distractions are going to come in many shapes and forms.
Exactly.
So you have to put yourself in the position to be strong-minded and to follow your dreams.
Absolutely. But we're talking today Black History because for the next, we've got 28 days to celebrate. We've got so many people to talk about. Don't forget about the storyteller, my girl. Oh, gosh, she's got the things coming up on Friday that's going to be greatness free to the community. I'm talking about you, Robin Richard. That everybody needs to go to my page and you'll see what she's doing. She's working with Busy Pensacola with the Black History points that we're talking about today. So many other local Black history historians that are right here in Pensacola that we need to recognize and know what we're talking about. Not just talking about it because they say, okay, we know that he was a general, we got a bridge named after him, but the road that he had to go to break the barriers in the military. Can you imagine that? That's the things that he had to go through to do that. And we appreciate the fight that was fought for us. We're showcasing today even the fact that things that he did that I'm waiting for my girl Robin, who's going to call in. She's going to tell us some other things about the great General Chappie James. And to get you ready for the gala that's coming up on the 28th of this month, which is only about, only just a few more days coming up before we have to go to this gala right here. And we've got my girl, Eric, I thank you. We got my girl Robin on the line, so we're going to go to Robin so she can tell us some things about the General Chappie James, that she's the best storyteller in Pensacola.
Thank you so much. Y'all have a blessed day.
You too, love. Bye-bye. And everybody, we're talking about the General Chappie James, and we're going to go to the phone right now and talk with my girl, who is the storyteller of Pensacola. And her name is... Hey, Robin.
Good morning, Sonshine. Good morning, Miss Lyons. This is good morning. One of y'all talk about one of my favorite people in history. And so let me just give advice. I heard Dr. Martin call in, and regarding these distractions, I'll kind of lead in with that. Is you have to keep the main thing the main thing.
Absolutely.
So the beautiful thing about the Chappie James Museum is that it is a named museum, and their focus is on aeronautical history. Their focus is on military history. Their focus is on African American history. Their focus is on American history. Their focus is on leadership history. So think about how he had to continuously lead against all of those odds. And I dare say that he kept the main thing the main thing.
Yes, he did. Yes, he did.
Yeah, and so their museum is, especially for those of us who were working in smaller spaces, but trying to make a big impact, the Chappie James Museum stands head above what as a goal to what we're trying to do. You have the Ella Jordan Museum, which is another named museum, and those types of focused museums let people know not only where to go and what to see, but they get to see this amazing impact in so many different ways. They have a timeline. They have the family history. He talked about his education with his mother, those commandments, and I'm sure Ms. Lyons has already gone over that. Those commandments, what is the 13th commandment? I'm not a biblical scholar, but I think she said, "Thou shalt not quit."
That's right.
Not quit.
Absolutely.
Right.
And Robin, what I find so amazing with the general, and the fact of it is, what I want to really, really, really focus on, that we got to get Pensacola, our community, to really take advantage of what we have right here. That museum, to make sure our children get there, to visit, to educate, to know what he went through, and to have that from back in 1975. Come on, that's a long time ago.
It's a long time ago.
That, that this is there for us. I want the participation to be so filled that it's overflowing.
That's great.
Yeah, and the kudos to the James family, the entirety of the James family, the ones we know, the ones we don't know, for continuing that legacy. And the other part is they've allowed this very closely associated flight academy. So they're not only looking at the past, the museum, but they're also looking to the future. So really involving, as you said, the younger this younger generation to be daring and to be brave and to be bold and take those similar steps, maybe not the same steps, but those similar steps that General James did. And I think that's a beautiful thing, that younger generation, as you said, can go over there and experience flying,
Most certainly.
Experience all of the, or understand all of the education to get there, and how important education is right now to get them where they want to go in the future. Even if they decide not to be a pilot.
That's right.
There are still so many other fields in aeronautical engineering and that they can get into, that they can be just as successful in. So I think that's the beautiful thing about the museum.
And you know what? Also, I want to touch this too with Jacqueline and Robin. When we go back and I think I mentioned this with you also, Robin, the other day. Before the books, before anything was written, before when the history was being made, we have such a powerful force that's going on right here in Pensacola with the General Chappie James, being the first black general from Pensacola that left a legacy here for us and our children to build, to keep that legacy going. If you can hold on 1 second, Robert, I got to go take a break real quick because I got one more thing I want you to answer for me, okay? We'll be right back with you and Miss Lyons right here on Sunshine's Corner.
The 1970s were pivotal for African American women. Through the creation of seminal political and literary organizations, they created the infrastructure for the modern black feminist movement. Black women have lived the twin realities of racism and sexism that exist at the intersection of their identities. To speak to these issues, political groups were formed like the National Black Feminist Organization, otherwise known as the NBFO.
In 1973, it was born of the concern that neither mainstream feminism nor the civil rights movement had centrally focused on the challenges facing African American women. Margaret Sloan was the leader of the National Black Feminist Organization. Future Congresswoman Eleanor Holmes Norton was one of the founders of the organization. They, with a group of other women, set forth an agenda to lead to greater political, media.
My guest tonight is Margaret Sloan.
And policy representation of Black women's issues.
But at the same time, the National Black Feminist Organization is being critiqued by other African Americans, saying that, wait a minute, what about working class women and the struggles that they're facing? But then we also have to deal with sexual identity and the oppression that queer Black women will be facing.
Out of this discourse, the Combahee River Collective was formed.
The Combahee River Collective is saying that we have to acknowledge the various sexual identities within the African American community. And they are drawing their inspiration through name and deed from the Combahee River Raid.
And they named it after the Combahee River because this was the place where Harriet Tubman helped free 700 African Americans during the Civil War.
The Boston-based collective mounted political campaigns across Massachusetts, addressing police brutality, pushing to desegregate public schools, and fighting for justice for abused and slain Black women. Though the Combahee River Collective disbanded in the 1980s, their philosophy has endured, becoming part of the infrastructure of intersectional Black feminism today.
This notion of intersectionality was later coined by Kimberly Crenshaw, but exercised amongst the Combahee River Collective in the 1970s.
Decades later, Black feminists are still fighting. Drawing upon the tenets of the Combahee River Collective, campaigns from the Women's March to the contemporary movement for Black lives have flowered and thrived.
And welcome back to the hottest spot in town. It is Black History Month, and we've got Miss Jacqueline Lyons from the museum, the General Chappie James Museum right here in Pensacola. And we have the best storyteller in the world with us, of course, that's Miss Robin Richard. She's talking with us this morning as well. And there was a point you said you wanted to make a moment ago, Jackie, before we went on, when you said, well, oh, that's what he said. What was that you wanted to say?
Oh, I just wanted to just make everybody aware that, you know, Chappie James often said that the opportunity that you get means nothing if you're not ready for it.
I love that.
That resonated with me this morning.
Isn't that powerful, though? The opportunity means nothing.
It means nothing.
If you're not ready for it. That speaks volumes within itself. When it comes down to the sacrifices, the services that he did, the barriers that he broke, the legacy that he left, and the fact that his mom had 17 children. Oh, Lord. And she was a school teacher. Jesus. 17? My. But Robin, do you know anything about, did you ever, oh, Lord, 17 children, that's a lot. I wonder which one he was. Number one, number two, number three?
No, he was later in there. I want to say maybe 13.
Oh, really?
14, somewhere around off up in there.
Oh, wow. But Robin, when it comes to that, when she talked... No, I thought my mother house was full. We had 8, okay? But,
oh, yeah. Well, all of them didn't live to adulthood.
Okay.
And so and I think that's a point to be understood. And when they were born, so Chappie was born, and correct me please, Ms. Lyons, was Chappie born in 1922?
1920.
1920. Mm-hmm. So during that time, Pensacola, like a lot of other cities, particularly in the South, but and maybe even around the country, because we know that diseases travel just like humans do, and so there were some diseases that had it, the flu and tuberculosis and things like that. And so I don't remember without looking. We wrote a story with Mamie Hickson. I wrote a story with Mamie Hickson on it. And so I forget what they passed from, but some of them didn't even live to teenagehood. So, died either in childbirth or after. And so, the other point I think is to make. You said that she was a teacher, but remember she didn't start out as a teacher.
Okay.
She started out as a wife and then a mother. What she saw for her children, she wanted something different. So she became a teacher in the process. Yeah. So she became that teacher in the process. And I think that's an important distinction to make. And then she started with her own children, but then she allowed other children to come into that fold and learn along the way. And her daughter, and it may have been one other child, but I know at least her daughter, Lily, what named for her was a teacher. Was it Lily James Frazier? Ms. Lyons, I believe it was Dr. Lily James Frazier, who later taught at Pensacola State College. Was certainly a college professor. And so she, I think that's an important distinction, that you can become what you want along the way. She saw a need and she filled that need. And she saw, as she taught her children, that education was the way to get to it. And that's, again, what I love about the museum, that they are continuously educating about Chappie James, but also about his formative years. So when you go into the museum, the first thing you see is that classroom.
That's right.
So you go in and you're going to experience that classroom.
And Robert, I think one of the things that he also, what I see, and that excellence also that I think he, that was part of his character, that also breaks barriers. That courage that opened doors, where sometimes we will give up because it may get a little rough. But when I think about the things that he had to go through and the time that he had to go through, it took courage. It took, to build that legacy that it left, of course he had to go through that to break those barriers. But the courage that he had to have to take those steps, that's immeasurable to me, because of the fact of what he left here for us. And I think that is so important, is why I focus on so hard, so strongly, that we need to also educate our children on who he is, the legacy that he left here, so that they can feel the same thing and that they can do the same thing. May not be the military, but they can do the same thing.
And they literally can walk in his steps because they've retained his physical steps, and I think that's so cool that they retain those physical steps at the museum.
Unbelievable! Oh, so the kids can come in and stand in his shoes. You know what I'm saying?
That's right.
Do you ever get that, Jackie?
No.
Really?
No.
Maybe when they come in, you just look. Come on, let me see you standing in these shoes. How does it feel to stand in these shoes?
Stand in these shoes. That's right.
And that's something also, Robin. I appreciate you so much, Robin, for doing what you do, and the history that you do, even for the Kakua, right? The Institute. That you are there, and I want people to realize that there's so much history there that we have to have more participation and get especially our community in to search for the knowledge that we need to build our character, so that we can leave a legacy as well. And I applaud you and your husband for the work that you do in this community. I really, really do, because it never stops.
Well, thank you. Listen, and we've got great people to look up to. So what Georgia and Johnny Blackman did over at the Ella Jordan home, what Carlton Charles and Diane P. Robinson, I say your whole name, Diane P. Robinson. The James family, the late Dr. Marion Williams, what they all did is they were giving us this outline to what could happen if you dare to preserve your history, if you ask the questions. And I know they had a lot of partners in building that, and that's what it was. That, as Eddie Todd always said, teamwork makes the dream work. But
Oh,
dreams
that's my
ain't
line.
easy. Dreams ain't easy. Yeah, you got to work.
That's right.
You have to
It's
work.
a lot of work. You know, I can't get him on this show, and he right down the hall from me. He won't even. Eddie? I mean, but the fact that, Robert, I greatly appreciate you taking the time so that we can get some of the, I know that you're doing a lot. Let everybody know what you're going to be doing this weekend.
On Friday, in conjunction with Visit Pensacola, they have come up with this wonderful idea to extend Black history, African American history, to the tourists, and residents are invited as well. And so on Friday, they can go to Visit Pensacola's website, visitpensacola.org or visitpensacola.com, their website, and get the particular details, and just show up, and they're going to see that early recreation around Pensacola and Northwest Florida, so they can, or Escambia County, excuse me, so that they can really see how, we can go to the beach today, we can ride our bikes really quick and do something. Yeah, what were those early recreation activities like? So they're going to be able to see it. And that film that we talked about, they'll be able to see that synchronized swimming from 1960, 1961.
Oh, my goodness. I mean, see, these things like this are so, it just causes me to go, light bulb time, right? And the fact that we want the community, and this is absolutely free, ladies and gentlemen. All you got to do is go.
That's
Get
right.
there.
That's right.
Be there. It's absolutely free, and you're going to have the storyteller there telling you all about it. And Visit Pensacola, when I was down talking, the faces, how they lit up to have this, to be able to do this right here. That speaks volumes within itself. And Robin, I can't thank you enough, my sister. I appreciate you.
Well, thank you for this conversation, Ms. Lyons. I look forward to having fun with y'all on the 28th, and thank you so much. We have brought, let me just put another plug in.
Come on.
We have brought tours to the Chappie James Museum when people come in from out of town.
Right.
It's a great, especially coming up on the summer season here, it's a great opportunity for those family reunions. You can take a bus there. They will give you a guided tour.
Wow.
There you can see the facilities, experience everything again that General James went through, and what those amazing volunteers are doing at the museum. So it's a great opportunity for reunions, for meetings, for just fellowship. Take your seniors, take your young folks, take yourself to the museum. It is so worth it. And get a ticket to the, she didn't ask me to do this, but get a ticket to the gala.
That's right.
That way you're furthering the education for the next generation.
There you go. And now look, everybody, get those tickets. It's going to be a fun night. And come on, you'll learn something too. Have some fun as well. But get those tickets. And I want to say this too, Robin, because that when you were talking about the things that even coming up to the summer months, I'm so pleased now that I've gotten it out of my system that we're not doing the 3 Mile Bridge. It is the Chappie James Bridge. And I always try to get people to say that, okay, that is Chappie James Bridge now, and let's get used to calling it by its name. And I do it, and I just invite everybody to be about that. Even with that bridge, think about that now. That's a legacy there that's got his name on it.
That's right.
Well, he bridged races.
There you
he
go.
bridged differing ideas. He bridged going up against the Libyan president.
Come on
he
now.
bridged countries. He stood firm, as you talked about earlier. He stood firm in his convictions.
That's right.
And showed that amazing leadership. And that bridge is a subtle physical reminder of his character, that he dared to bridge things, even as the song says, over troubled water. He was still steadfast.
No doubt about it. Robin, thank you so much, and we will be talking with you soon, okay?
Thank you. Goodbye, Ms. Lyons. Thank you for sharing.
All right, bye-bye. Ladies and gentlemen, we had a great conversation. We're talking about the General Chappie James, and of course, it is Black History Month, and we encourage you to be a part of these activities that's coming up. And of course, we got a gala coming up on the 28th. Get your tickets. You can go to Eventbrite or scan that barcode right there on your screen. Get your tickets so you can be there and be a part. We're going to run and take a break, and we'll be back with more right here on Sunshine's Corner.
You finally found the perfect car in racing blue. You even got them to throw in the LED fog lights for free. Auto Owners insures your car because some people never learn to parallel park. That's simple human sense.
Ask the Messick Insurance Agency in Pensacola if Auto Owners make sense for you.
Keep going. More. No, stop!
My name's Kelly McLeod. I'm the owner of Bella Magazine. Bella is a source of uplifting and inspiring content for the women of Pensacola.
I think the magazine is just so thoughtfully done. There's a lot of attention to detail. The stories are really good.
You've got seriousness, you've got fun, education, fashion. It just encompasses everything.
Women are multidimensional, and so is Bella.
From the efficiency of American natural gas and the dependability of nuclear power, to the strength of Florida's sunshine and the flexibility of advanced battery storage systems, we leverage a diverse mix of energy sources to power our growing state, ensuring reliable, low-cost power for your home or business whenever you need it. FPL, working for you every single day.
Well, I think it's all about local, and I'm a big believer in local. So I think anytime you can carry a message out locally, it's important. And I think it's anytime the person that delivers the service can also deliver the message, which is unusual. You have the people that actually deliver the project doing the talking, and I think that's a huge difference, and really makes a huge value difference for the consumer. So I'm really just so grateful that we have this local opportunity with Blab TV. My name is Quint Studer, and I am Blab TV.
And welcome back to the hottest spot in town. This is Sunshine's Corner, and today we have been talking about the Black History, a fact that we are in Black History Month, and we're talking about the General Chappie James and the legacy that he left with us here in Pensacola, around the world, as a matter of fact. I love the fact how, with Robin, when she said that he did that bridge to bridge that gap, okay? Well, there's bridge over troubled waters. I love that. I'm going to use that from now on. But the fact now, I want you to get your tickets because the gala is coming up, and this is also to benefit for the museum. These monies that are being raised is not going into anybody's pocket, but it's going to help out with the museum for the things that they need for the children here in Pensacola. As you see on the screen, it's going to be Saturday, February the 28th at 5 o'clock at Corrine Jones. Everybody know where that is, a resource center. Come on, you go out there all the time, stepping. You can, that barcode right there on the screen, get your phone, go up there right now, just click it, get it, click it, or you can go to Eventbrite and get your tickets. Do not say that, oh, I'm gonna get them now, so you can be a part of the things that they're doing, because the Flight Academy happens every summer. I know a young lady, she graduates this year, as a matter of fact. She was in attendance last year with the Chappie James Flight Academy, and where they took her way out to California and all these places. But these are things that's being done right here in Pensacola to better our children, and I'm so pleased for that. So please, be a part. You're always asking and say, oh my God, Sunshine, there's nothing to do. Yes, it is. Here it is. Get your tickets to come on out. Let's have a great time. There's a lot coming up. And don't forget now about the Mardi Gras Mamba. I think I said it. Oh, I said it again. The Mardi Gras Mambo. Okay, now make sure you go to my page, at Sunshine's page. You'll see there where you can get your name in to get tickets, because we got tickets for the guy. We got tickets for Waka Blocka Fame. You see, because I have to be slow with that one. Okay, Waka Blocka Fame. We've got the Yin Yang Twins. Okay. And DJ Jazzy Tiff. Now, I can say that, but that Waka Flocka, man, I mean. But listen, ladies and gentlemen, look, we got tickets. I even got some VIP tickets, too. What about that? That you can get on the floor. But the fact of it is now, if you want those tickets, go to my Facebook page. You will see there on Sunshine's page where you can get your name in, and I'll get you your tickets. Those who have already won tickets, please, now this show is going to be Thursday night at the Bay Center. Don't come to me saying, oh, next week, can I get my ticket? No, you left out. You won't see the flame. But what you got to do now, come down to the studio any time of day. Just ask for Katie. She got the tickets. She'll give them to you. But this is coming up on Thursday night at the Pensacola Bay Center. And it's so, I can't believe that that we're in the midst of Mardi Gras season, and it's today. What they call it? Crazy Tuesday. What they call it? Oh yeah, Fat Tuesday.
Fat Tuesday.
Okay, is it Fat Tuesday?
I think that is.
What day of the week is it?
It's on a Tuesday. I think it's the 18th.
Oh, I don't know.
I think it's the 18th.
I'm just guessing, okay? I don't know. I haven't done that. I don't go there. But the fact of it, are the parades over with in Pensacola? Okay, so we got more parades coming up this weekend. So get your tickets to Waka Flocka. And you can go there to the thing Thursday night, go to the parade on Saturday. And let me say hi to Danny Zimmerman. Thank you, Danny, for working with me. I appreciate you. And I truly appreciate you and love you with a perfect kind of love. We've had a great day today. And, of course, you see this basket right here. This is all from my girl who's doing these baskets and her from Basket Case that we're giving away for Valentine's. Because every Friday, we have a couple on to tell about their love story. How is it love that you feel? And that's what we're going to be giving away. It's beautiful, beautiful, beautiful. These are handmade, and I think they're so beautiful. Go to my page, you'll see how to get in touch with her. If you have not gotten one for your love, you can get one for them, okay? Coming up this Friday, we're going to be recognizing two people who have, I call them a power couple in Pensacola. That's Steve and Aaron. They're coming in from, you've seen Steve out. He is so filled with energy. And we had it on before. They did this little skit, scared me crazy. I thought I was about to get off the set myself. They had me going so. But Friday, don't forget, because they are going to be here with us, and they're going to share some stories. I want to say thank you to Miss Jacqueline for getting up early, coming in, and made it in here on time. And I was running late because that fog had me all slowed down out there on the freeway. But thank you for coming in and continue to do what you do there at the museum. How does it feel going to work there, to be sitting there talking about Chappie James? I mean, that you're in there. How does that feel?
I love it. I love it. I feel like I'm getting in tune with history.
Okay, great thing, great thing. And history is something that we all need to know. I want to say thank you for that. Now, tomorrow, we have our Wellness Wednesday. We've got Joy Powell coming in from Baptist Hospital. We got some great things to talk about that's coming up. Time for me to get out of here, but I want to leave you as I do every single day, ladies and gentlemen. Never, ever, ever, ever lose your focus. Don't lose your focus. Always remember this, and I believe this from my heart. If you keep God first in whatever you do, you're going to be a total success. So until tomorrow for Wellness Wednesday with Joy Powell from Baptist Hospital, know that I do love you with a perfect kind of love. While you're out today, make sure you go out and do something to extend a hand to help somebody else. Tell somebody that you love them and mean it. Don't just use the word, because I think we use them too freely. Mean it. Love is an action word. Do something to let them know you love them. Until tomorrow, know that I love you. Keep shining while I'm gone. Have a great day, my friends. Sunshine's Corner, being brought to you by Quint and Richie Studer.